So I was married to a woman. I was with her for 20 years, but and I met her when I was 20. Okay. Um, we didn't get married right away, but this is the second wife. But anyway, I was with her for 20 years. But when I was 30 years old, I began to realize that I was trans. The thoughts just kept coming back over and over and over again. I finally went and figured out what it was, and through Google and the internet, and went to a pride center, and they didn't have good information, but they had some information. And the information out there today is much better. Okay, but it wasn't very good at that time. But anyway, so I'm starting to try to come out, and my wife, who loved me at the time, was still going to leave me though. Like, I got that impression very quickly. Like, if I carry on doing this, I'm gonna lose my wife, I'm gonna lose my religion, I'm gonna lose my friends, I'm gonna lose my job. That's a lot to lose all at once. And so I thought, well, let's just not do this. Let's just make this go away. Let's pray this away. So I tried to conversion therapy myself, which did not work. So, like 9 years later, I'm 39 years old, and I'm realizing that I am trans, and there's nothing I can do about it. I just need to embrace it, because fighting it was making me miserable, and I was not going to win the fight. And so I started to come out, and just as I started to come out, of course, the pandemic hit. But not only that, my wife and I had always been struggling, and I had always earned the lion's share of the money, even though she was a good worker at her job and managed a store and stuff. She was not paid very much for that. She was paid minimum wage plus a dollar. It was sad how much they were exploiting her. Um, so all my money had always gone to the rent, and then she would like buy the food and stuff, right? But now, because I'm coming out and she can't handle it anymore, now she goes away, and so now my income goes down. Now she gets promoted at her job financially, so now she's getting paid, you know, close to where I was getting paid. But now she's out of the house. But I still got the same expenses minus her income. And I had to go bankrupt. It bankrupted me. Okay. I'm finally in a position now where I can afford my rent, afford my food, afford to live, and life is good. Okay. Except I'm completely alone. I'm finally starting to look, confident in myself. I know I don't look as feminine as I'd like to, but I do look feminine. And, people can see what I am. It has its pluses and minuses in small town Alberta. But I'm finally on the other side, or almost on the other side of this horrible, shitty transition thing where my life was just horrible. And I finally met somebody who looked at me and told me I was beautiful. Told me they liked me exactly for who I was and wanted to spend time with me. And we were setting up to build a life together. I thought she came over here and she redecorated, and we were we'd already made plans to build a farm together, and we made all these life goals, right? Except that for me, this was real. And for her, it was a fantasy that she was making up and just enjoying in the moment. Because really, all she wanted was, you know, a t shirt or an extra ice cream cone or something like that. And after she got tired of getting t shirts and ice cream cones, and after she got tired of me, she just threw me away. Because to her, I was just an amusement. I was so happy when I thought I finally had a person, because I was finally on the other side of being alone, being ugly, being unwanted. But it was all a lie. She didn't mean any of it. This is a really hard thing to go through.